Well, a universal credit law, because we're now in October, and now the reduction is going to come into play in October. So they've reduced the 409 universal credit to 324. But if you're on universal credit, you need to budget for 250, not 324. Because if you've got an advanced loan, you will not get 324. If you've got a attachment to earnings, you will not get 324. If you've got what's it? People are thinking that as soon as it gets down to 324, they're going to get 324. They will not get 324. If they have if when they was working, they had a DEA attachment to earnings on their wage slips, or CSA, whatever it's called, whatever they want to call themselves this week. I don't know what it is. But if you've got a DEA payment, or did have one when you was working on your wage slip, you will have that deducted. The 324 is before deductions, not in your bank. And people have to understand that, because you're going to get down to, if you've got an advance loan, that'll be a deduction minus 12, however much you borrowed, divided by the months you agreed to pay it back by. That's going to come off your universal credit. And people will not be able to cope with this. I think they're going to have to actually cancel the universal credit reduction, because it's going to cost universal credit more money long term, funding the services that may need to be provided for people who just simply cannot survive on £250 a month on monthly pay. There are people now who will not cope on 250 quid a month. The time that their DA payment deduction, automatic deduction, which I won't get a chance to see, is deducted from the universal credit, and their advanced loan deduction from 324. People just will not be able to cope. They won't. And we haven't started to see chaos yet. People, it's not the UN, is it the UN? They're already looking into the UK's poverty as it is, and it's just about to get a lot worse with the universal credit going down to from 409. When people can't cope on 409, they're never going to cope on 324. It's absolute chaos, and the problem is there's multi-millionaires deciding what destitute people have to live on. And that's all wrong. It should be changed. Because unless you budget for 250 quid a month on this 324, unless you budget for that, you struggle to survive on 250 quid. If you think you're going to get 324, but you get to, so people now are going to, if you got a new universal credit claim, they're going to have to wait the 5 weeks. If they can afford to ride the 5 weeks out without taking an advance loan, it's better for them if they can do that. But most people can't. So they're going to have to take an advance loan, and it's the advance loan that they've got to take to get through the 5 weeks that will cause them problems during the time they're unemployed. And I can't see a way around it. Well, I can, but then again, that's the tech option solves it, but no one understands me if I talk tech. That isn't far. It can't be far away, because Facebook and Google must be reading the UK news and seeing what a proper pickle we're going to go into with this 324, and they can solve it if they want to, if they choose to, very easily. It wouldn't cost them anything to do so. But that's tech. Forget tech. But the universal credit was the 324 was going to cause severe difficulties for people in the UK, proper difficulties, and it's also causing partly driver shortage.